Alright, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio, and today we've got a Daemon Primarch, ANGRON of Khorne. Before we take a look, make sure to like and subscribe if you're into Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and of course some Horus Heresy content, reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion, tutorials. Try to put out at least one video every single day on our favorite hobby. And also keep it real. So if you want that one-sided bias, love, or hate, you're not going to get it here. You're going to get the truth. So make sure to like and subscribe if you're into reality. So that being said, tremble before the rage of ANGRON, Daemon Primarch of Khorne. So here we have a new little video. Not going to listen to the music, but we see a little preview of our boy. Nice looking model, nice detail, definitely a beast. Very, very cool. Lots of very crisp detail. Absolutely beautiful model. Absolutely beautiful. Super cool base. Very nice. So let's take a look at what they got to say and look at a couple still pics. So if things weren't dire enough for the Imperium, what with the opening of the Great Rift and all the other threats from within and without, another Daemon Primarch has rejoined the battle for the fate of the galaxy. He might not look it, but he's extremely happy to be back. ANGRON is arguably the most tragic figure of the Horus Heresy, a tormented soul failed by everyone, used as a weapon by his masters, his hated father, and even his brother Horus. ANGRON's fall to damnation could so easily have been prevented, but fall he did, and his current form bears horrifying witness to 10,000 years of pure hate. So again, great looking model, absolutely phenomenal detail. This dude is a beast also, literally and figuratively. The Daemon Primarch of Khorne is a gigantic slab of warp-fueled muscle. He's been totally reforged into the image of his bloody master, flesh as red as the cascade of gore he leaves in his wake. Yet take a closer look and you can still see the origins of the Demon Prince. The butcher's nails are still present, now fused into his very form. Likewise, scraps of his old Nucerian warplate still remain, like the shoulder pad that pays homage to his former legion, even if the teeth are now somehow more demonic, a gaping maw almost literally eating worlds. So we see the World Eater shoulder pad. Very, very cool. As the World Eaters fell. Really nice detail on the sword. Super cool, like kind of like little hook blade on the ends of it for like stabbing stuff and pulling it towards him. I mean, this dude is chunky. Really nice. Earning his Red Angel moniker, the entity once known as the Lord of the Red Sands retains other trappings from his long ago life as a gladiator in the arenas of his brutal homeworld. The weapons may be new, but they're still chained to his wrists, Nuceria style. So more to come in the future months. So the biggest thing here, the biggest question I have after seeing this model is this plastic or resin? I don't see any specific thing that would tell me one or the other. We know obviously there is a bunch of Primarchs and Greater Demons that are made by Forge World. We know also in the 40k universe we have sort of like the final form of Mortarion and Magnus as well. And this seems like the final form of ANGRON. So maybe 40kable? Obviously there's been a lot of focus on like the Horus Heresy and everything. So it makes sense that this would be a Heresy model. But doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to be in plastic. So the real question is this going to be a Games Workshop model, or is this going to be a, resin Forge World model? Is this going to be 30k exclusively, or are there going to be rules for him in 40k? I think it's very unlikely that there's rules for him in 40k but not 30k. I think it's much more likely that he is 30k and can be used in 40k. And then also, I think it's much more likely this is going to be a new plastic version and not a resin version. Now, it is tough to tell when looking at just the actual model himself, but typically the resin has a little like crisper details, a little sharper, and the plastic tends to be just like a little less sharp, a little more like kind of rounded, a little just slightly more muted, and that's what this looks like to me. This looks like plastic. Could be wrong. We never know either. Sometimes these are like 3D prints for like the prototypes, and then we see them come later on in plastic or in potentially resin. So we don't know for sure, but my speculation is that this is plastic and it's going to be both 40k and, man, I can't remember what kills Angron in 30k. It's such a tough one too. For like 30k and just not up to date with it. I'm pretty sure Angron gets like killed or banished, but that doesn't mean I don't think that he could be in 40k. I think there's a very high likelihood. Okay, let's be real here. This is big money for sure. Being able to only sell it to 30k fans is much less money. Games Workshop is a money company, so it makes way more sense that you can use this guy in 40k. Also, makes way more sense that they make him out of plastic. Much more likely to sell because the price point's more realistic. You know, like $250 from Forge World, or like maybe $150 from Games Workshop. Seems much more likely this is going to come plastic and be 40k and 30k, just because why make this awesome model and then only sell a few of them when you can sell tens of thousands of them. And obviously we know World Eaters, Khorne getting their Codex in 40k, separate Codex in 40k, and we know that when Thousand Sons and Death Guard branched off in 40k from like the regular Chaos Codex into their own chapters, basically, like officially via rules, that is when they got their Primarchs, Magnus and Mortarion respectively, and that is when they got their plastic Primarchs for 40k. So for me, Games Workshop is very predictable because they follow the same game plan over and over again. Whether it works or not, they tend to just do the same thing over and over again. So what I expect is this will come out with the World Eaters Codex in 40k. He will have 40k and 30k rules, and then it will be a plastic kit. So that is my speculation. Obviously, I'm sure we'll find out sometime between now and then if he's plastic or Forge World, or if he is 40k or 30k only. But my guess is 40k, plastic, and my first impressions of the model are absolutely sick. This is amazing. They have made a couple like awesome Khorne blood letters. Wait, did I say the wrong one? Bloodthirsters. They have made a couple pretty awesome like Khorne bloodthirsters, like unique character models and stuff through Forge World. But we don't have, the Bloodthirster for 40k is like okay, like the plastic model. This is like so nasty. Like this is absolutely amazing. So really hoping that I'm right and this is 40k and plastic. But let me know what you think down below. Anything you're picking up. Do you have some super close like pictures and you can see 3D print lines? Are you seeing like something I'm not seeing that makes you think it's resin or plastic accordingly? Did you see some leak from someone else on the inside that guarantees one way or the other? Let me know in the comments. Always like to hear back from you guys. But this is very exciting. The World Eaters have waited for their 40k like awakening, and it's about damn time. I am super excited. This is amazing. This is absolutely beautiful, but unexpected. I'm really excited for a new plastic Kharn the Betrayer and new plastic Khorne Berserkers, because if the Berserkers look anything like the newer Plague Marines and the newer like Rubric Marines for Thousand Sons and Death Guard accordingly, the new Berserkers are going to be sick. And the old kid is like okay, but like 30 years old, so I would absolutely love to see some new Khorne Berserkers, and they're coming. The new Codex is going to be awesome. So let me know how excited you are. Are you going to be playing some World Eaters? Are these guys going to be plastic? Is this going to be 40k or 30k? I always like to hear back from the community. But go ahead and wrap it up there. I've got some more commissions getting ready to leave the studio, so stay prepared for some new videos on those. Some super cool stuff coming out. Yeah, just get excited, because obviously going to be some nice looking models coming out here in the next couple days. So keep your eye out for that video. If you haven't checked out some of the previous videos of completed commissions coming out of the studio, make sure to check out those playlists. Obviously have all kinds of painting, modeling, and conversion tutorials for those who would like to replicate any of the techniques or styles, custom basing, conversions, paint jobs, etc. And then of course we do one video every single day at least for reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, or conversion tutorials, everything from Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and of course some Horus Heresy as well. But that is it for this one. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Let me know what you think down below. If you did enjoy today's video, please like and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. But that's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.